friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be a great day to look at the items that I've been working on in my Project Pan for 2019. I don't have a ton of used up items, but I do have some new ones that I am bringing in, so let's go ahead and jump in. All right, I do have 3 items that I managed to finish off. The first was my Benefit POREfessional. This is like a tiny little sample that I had. Despite how small it is, it did last me like a solid, I don't know, almost 2 weeks, which is pretty phenomenal. This stuff I really like. It is excellent at helping to fill in pores and really just sort of even out your skin, which I like. So really happy to have used this up. I do have a full size of this, so it wasn't like ever a problem of whether or not I would use it. I've also finished off the number 7 Air Brush Away Primer. I didn't have a lot left in this when I brought it in. I don't love this. This really feels like a moisturizer. It's really on the thicker side for a primer, and I feel like they make it thicker with the intent for it to be pore filling, to give you like an airbrush look underneath your foundation, but it doesn't accomplish that. Like, it just sort of sits on your skin, and I feel like if you're somebody who has oily skin, this really wouldn't work for you. So I was not inspired to want to buy this. Really and truly, aside from their day and night cream, I've not come across a number 7 product that I have liked beyond those 2. Third and final item I'm very happy to report that I have finished is my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer. This, I am shocked that I got through this as quickly as I did. You can see here that I brought it in only a few months ago, and at this point it's officially used up. This was an excellent use of $1 because I did find it at the Dollar Tree. I really feel like for $1 I would buy it again, but I don't think I would have spent $5 or $6 on it just because I go through it so fast. I don't know if it's because it's in a squeezy tube and that's why it went a little quicker, but I'm not unhappy about this because it finally allowed me to buy one of the 2 eyeshadow primers from the drugstore I've had my eye on for, I think, almost a year at this point. All right, because I'm just so excited to talk about them, let's talk about the new items that I am bringing in. The first is an eyeshadow primer. Drum roll please for which one I ended up buying. Thanks to couponing and a sale, I ended up purchasing the Milani eyeshadow primer. I literally have not used this. I don't have any experience with it, but I am just really curious to know if I can finish this off by the end of the year. The only reason why I feel like that is somewhat potentially possible is because the Wet n Wild had 0.34 fluid ounces of product, and this only has 0.3. It's not an astronomically huge difference, but if I went through this puppy in this amount of time, it's realistic to think that like I'll be nearly finished with this by the end of 2019, and this was much more expensive than this. Granted, I had coupons and I had a sale price, so I think I ended up paying like $4 for it, but if I didn't have all of those things aligned, this would have easily been, I think, like $9 at CVS, which is pretty pricey for how much product you get compared to the $1 item. But again, all of this is for fun exploration, and you guys know I still have my eye on that CoverGirl one, so once this is gone, I'm definitely pulling into CoverGirl, so I'm just really curious to see how this will get used. I'm also bringing in a face primer. I'm bringing in my full size of the POREfessional Pore Primer. I am about at this mark, I would say. As I mentioned, I really liked this small sample that I had, and I already knew I had a full size, so I figured I might as well just like keep working with it because I really like it. I probably should be bringing in a sample primer to use, but at this point, I feel like the sample primers that I have left are more illuminating based, and I'm not in like the dead of winter, which is when I typically like to use a more illuminating primer to help make me look a little bit less ghostly and sad, like I hadn't seen the sun in a while. So I'm definitely trying to save those for that point. So in the meantime, I thought I could just go ahead and use a product that I already love. The other item that I'm bringing in is a lip product. This is the Buxom Full-On Lip Polish in Sandy. This is like a beautiful, like shimmery nude color. I have really, over the course of this year, fallen in love with a nude lip. It was never something that I like loved. I kind of was always like, oh, I think this might look nice, but I didn't embrace it. This has been the year of embracing a nude lip. So I have been applying this in the morning after I put on my L'Oreal Ferris Nude lipstick because I love a glossy lip. Lipstick is not enough for me. I love a juicy looking gloss, and this is that. It's a little minty, so when it's windy out, like cold wind, it feels icy on my lips and my hair kind of gets stuck in it, but that is small problems compared to how great this is. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if I can finish it off before the year is over. I'm also bringing in another setting spray. This one I'm really surprised by. I was very skeptical of the fact that it's a hydrating type of face spray, and I wasn't sure if I would like that, but I've been really loving the look of it on my skin. And so because the one that I'm about to update you on in a minute is giving me some problems, I've been turning to this, and so I figured I may as well just bring it into the challenge. It's the Bath & Body Works Rose Water Face and Body Refresher. I don't think it's exclusively meant to be a setting spray. I feel like you could just like hydrate your face with it in any part of your skincare routine, but it works well as a setting spray, so I'm really happy with it, and I obviously love the scent of it because it's rose. This is where I am starting with this. It is 6 fluid ounces. It's one of the larger ones that I have left. I don't know if I will be able to finish this off and the other one in this challenge by the end of the year, but a girl can hope, because if I get this and the other one in the challenge done, I'll only have 2, and that's amazing. I haven't had that few setting sprays in arguably years. Final new addition is a little bit, I think, going to be surprising. It's another pencil liner. Again, it's very realistic for me to get this used up before the year is over, and I've just been really enjoying getting a lot of product used up. And even though, don't get me wrong, I love the weekends when I can use my liquid and felt tip liners, I'm relishing and getting as much usage of products up as I can possibly. So I'm bringing in my Marc Jacobs. This is the Highliner Gel Crayon in the shade Blacker. This came in a set that I got at the very end of 2018, which like also feels cool that I can say I'm using up products from 2018, because that doesn't happen to me very often. I oftentimes will buy stuff and it will just like sit around for a year or two before I start to really use it. But this is all I have inside. It's one of those twist up ones. I'm basically down to mostly twist up samples that I have. Because the Lorac one is moving so quickly, I was motivated to want to bring another twist up one in, even though these are a little bit of a pain in the sense they don't really keep like a sharp point and you can't really sharpen them because they're just roll up. I do enjoy the satisfaction of the usage. So that is where I am starting with this, and I will immediately pull it in once the Lorac one is kaput. Okay, now that we talked about the newness, let's update you on the continuing products in the challenge. First one that I have is my foundation. I've been trying to get myself to use up the YSL Touche Éclat Radiance Awakening Foundation. I have the shade BR10 Cool Porcelain. I have been struggling to really focus on this and hone in on it. I've been trying to like use up other foundations, and I finally finished off another one that I had been low-key trying to pan and dedicated the rest of my focus on this. So I'm happy to report that, as I predicted, when I really focused on it, I made really tremendous progress, and it is possible that I will finish this off by the next update. I love this. It's what I have on my face today. I think it's a nice color match for me. I think it's a beautiful finish on my skin. It's super long lasting. No matter how like sweaty I might get or how humid it is outside, it always holds strong. And I'm gonna be sad when this is gone, but I want to get use out of my most expensive foundation that I've ever purchased, and I'm happy that I'm finally focusing on it. While we're on the topic of complexion products, I've also been working with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Light Neutral. I have not been loving this. I feel like it's really oxidizing on me, but at this point, I don't really have anything else to work with, so I'm going to keep sticking with it. Based on what I think is my update, despite what it looks like, I think I'm right here. I have a lot of like things showing, but when you take the stopper out, that also will change the dynamics of what you have remaining. But I don't think this takes me very long to use up. It's realistic, I think, that if I keep using it, it'll be gone by the end of next month, and then I can try to hunt around for a better, more color matched to me without oxidizing type of color. Now let's talk about the setting spray that I have in here. I brought in my Too Cool for School Aqua Gel Mist. I can't spray it out of here because despite trying to rectify the sprayer, it is not able to spray. I really like this stuff, but the spray in here is thick. It's a gel. And so I find that the packaging because it's on the older side, has gotten like some kind of dried product and I can't get it out. So then I brought in the MAC Prep and Prime container for my Fix Plus, and I poured it into here, and it was going along. It was like chugging along nicely. You can see that the first time I brought it in, I was here, and now I'm down to here. So I had been like aggressively pouring this in, and you can see like where the product rests is about right here. So I've been, refilling it, but I've noticed that this has now gotten clogged, and I can't really correct this because I need it to be in the bottle for it to be sprayed, unlike a sprayer like this where I can like get a little cup of water and like try to spray it through. This packaging, in my estimation, does not work that way. So I'm at a point where I need to purchase like a travel size bottle and just be able to spray, but I haven't thought to do that, which is why I've been relying on the Bath & Body Works one, and I've been enjoying it. So I want to get back on the horse with this, but until I buy some kind of new packaging, it's just not going to happen, because this is like spraying out one big like dot into like one part of my face. It's not creating a mist anymore. And again, I think it's just because it's gotten like a little clogged from the thickness of what I'm trying to spray out of it. So I'm not sure if I want to buy this again once this is all said and done, even though this stuff is like glue, like you spray it on your face and your makeup is set for forever basically. I just don't know if the packaging hassle is worth it. Now we have the bronzer I've been playing with, and that is the Balms Balm Desert. I've been loving this stuff. I'm definitely widening my circle of pan. I was low-key thinking about trying to like repress this, but I held off because it's not too difficult to get product around the current part that I have, and it's not crumbling at all. And when I do repress things, they do kind of crumble a little bit. It doesn't maintain as great of a hold as it once did when you first bought it and it was like pressed by a machine. So I would like to resist having to repress this until absolutely necessary. I really think that maybe at the end of November, I'll be at that crossroads where I'll have to really actually repan it. But for now, I'm good with it, and I do love this bronzer. I will be happy when it's gone, only because I'll be able to better like reckon with what's in my bronzing collection. Right now, this has stolen my heart, and that's all I want to focus on. But I'm also sad because I don't know if anything else that I have in my collection is as good as this. Next up, we have the eyeliner that I've been working with. It's my Lorac Front of the Line Pro Black Eyeliner. This might be a little bit hard to see, but I was here at the last update, and now I am down to here. Really, all you should know is that I've got this much left. I obviously don't apply it when it's this high up. I'll basically apply it at this point. This stuff moved so fast. The pencil is nice, like it gives you a good black line. It's, not streaky at all. Like, it doesn't like skip or anything. It is nice that it does do that, but I don't think high-end pencils are worth it, to just be honest, like I don't love pencils, so I'll be happy when this is gone. Then I have my Nivea lip butter in a Raspberry Rose Kiss. This is moving along nicely. All I have is this like sliver of a moon over here at the very side. I've been really working this. Again, I only apply it in the morning on my vanity because I don't love the idea of sticking my finger in something throughout the day. I prefer tubes at that point, so I'm really, really hoping, fingers crossed, that this will be gone at the end of November, and then I can pull in another lip product. These things take forever to use, and I'm really confident that if this is gone, I could whip through so many more lip balm products that I have lingering in my collection, because they will not take nearly as long as this one did. The highlighter that I have been working on is still going strong. It is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Opal. This definitely is slowing in progress because what I have left in my Lorac Mega Pro palette is very warm toned. So I have been pulling more like gold lid looks. And when I go with a gold eye, I prefer a more golden highlighter. And this to me is much more of a cool champagne type of lid look that I'd want to pair it with. So this is where I am at, I am also finding that typically what I do is I like gently pat my brush in here and then I would tap it off on the product. I'm noticing that I can no longer tap my brush off on this piece because the corners are starting to crumble when I do that. I really, again, don't want to repress this because I don't feel that it will hold as well or be as hard pressed in this pan as if it were originally like the machine did it. So I'm trying to resist doing that, but if it keeps crumbling, I will repress it because I don't want it to be used up because it crumbled so much. I want to really get use out of the highlighter because I love this highlighter. And even though I know that I could rebuy it, I would really prefer to just focus on my other highlighters and either declutter those in order to rebuy this or use some of them up before I repurchase this. So I definitely want to get its fullest use. I also have my eye base. I once again have been using the Benefit Watts Up. This is the second and final one of these that I have. I have a little bit of progress between the blue lines. Basically, I still got a long way to go. This is a lot of product that I have left, but you know, again, I'm not necessarily in the biggest rush to use it up. I just want to get use out of it. I also have a product that I haven't been regularly updating you guys on because I got to a point with it where even though I was using it pretty much every day, I wasn't seeing a lot of noticeable progress. So I didn't think it was like worth reporting on because I couldn't make a line to show a difference in the amount of usage. But I'm finally at a point where I have somewhat noticeable usage, but it's with my L'Oreal Color Riche 800 Ferris Nude Lipstick. This is all that I have left. Like, it's just like a nub that I have left. I don't bring this anywhere with me. I only apply it once a day. I think that if we get to December and I still have it, I probably will put it in my purse and try to like aggressively apply it and use it up because I've literally been using this the entire year. It's been in the very first project for 2019, like in the very first intro video, and it's just been hanging out all year. I never imagined it would take this long, but again, it's only being applied once a day. I've got my previous mark and then my new mark, so you can see like the progress in between updates is really slow, but if you consider where I started to where I am now, it's pretty good dent. I'm just not the average lipstick wearer, so this is moving so much slower than if like Pretty Pistol 86 were doing a lip product because she can just plow through those. I'm much more of a gloss girl and I can plow through gloss much quicker than I can a lipstick. Final product, you know it, the NYX Wonder Pencil. Really just down to NYX. Don't really have any other letters. I have some pretty like noticeable progress between the two lines that I am happy with, but she lives on. I thought I had lost her. I went to a wedding for my girlfriend in Atlanta, and when I came back on Monday, I was doing my makeup and I was like, where's my NYX Wonder Pencil? I just hadn't grabbed it out of my makeup bag. It wasn't lost, but I was like thinking to myself, what would that, like, how unfulfilling would that have been if I had lost it at this point? Never to have like completed the journey would have been devastating. So I have a new rule now that I do not travel with this. I will only keep it here because I swear to God, I would have lost my mind if I had lost this and not have been able to finish off the very last bit. Like, could you imagine what would have happened? It would have been ridiculous. Anarchy would have unfolded in my own personal life. But grace is averted. I have it. It's all good. But we'll just keep plugging away and then see if I can use it up by the end of December. All right, guys, that is it for me and this update. I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll talk to you in my next video real soon. Bye.